Sports talk radio show in the world with the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Good afternoon, Quad Cities. Good afternoon. It is Monday, October 25th, the last Monday of October.
That's crazy.
Man, oh man, time flies. This time next week, it'll be November. That's the way the calendar works.
I'm not going to lie. I've been thinking about Thanksgiving food for about a
Really?
month already, so I'm pretty much here for it.
Gotcha. It's going fast. It's going fast. So, what a weekend. Huh?
Fun weekend all the way around. College football was great. Football yesterday. NFL was, fantastic ending to the entire day. The Bulls are 3-0.
Ah, yeah.
Can't forget about that. Pulled out my Bulls hat from the back of the closet today.
I see we're all wearing some type of gear here. You got Adam's here. Adrian's in here with me. You got the Bulls hat on. And Adam's got his Illinois stuff on. I can't wait to unpack this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of hatred I felt coming into this Iowa dome.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, anytime Penn State can lose, I'm fine with that. I'm on board with all of it. It was a strange weekend and kind of, no, there wasn't an Iowa game, and a lot of times you can sit there and just be like, well, nothing's going to happen, but we've got the World Series got set.
Yes.
We had an interesting day for college football, and we had a good Sunday, I thought, yesterday for football.
Yeah, baseball. Baseball's still going on.
Tuesday, tomorrow night, for game one of the World Series.
What time do they play?
Oh, I would assume it's going to be like a 7:08 first pitch our time.
I thought somebody said it was like an afternoon game for some reason.
Get out of here. Is that for real? On a Tuesday?
I got to check it out. I have no idea.
Do it right now.
Nope, still 7:09.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
So are you happy with the two teams that are in it?
Yeah.
I was called Houston from the get-go.
Do you know why? Because I feel like we truly have a face and a heel.
Yeah.
Like, Boston, you'd be like, oh, they win too much. No. And I get they would probably end up being the heel, even though they're like that Boston team reminded me a lot about the 2004 team. Just a bunch of idiots. Like you're like, how did they do this? So and so it was hard to make them the villain out of that. Outside of like, well, they've won it so many times, so I'm gonna cheer for the Braves. That type of thing. All right. And then you have if it was Dodgers Astros, you would be like, ah, crap, I guess I'll go Dodgers because I don't want to really cheer for the Asterisks. But the Dodgers, you don't want to see back-to-back because then, you have Dodger fans in your life like, oh, back-to-back. And then, so the Braves, it's kind of the thing. Again, I know we said this last week, and I have not turned on any, ESPN radio this morning or watched any of it. Somebody's got to unpack this soon, right? About the Commissioner's Trophy?
Oh, yeah, it's going to have to happen.
That they're just like, can you believe if they win this, he has to hand it to him? So, I'm happy with the Braves. If I know they're out there. I know I come across them, but I can't name a lot of Atlanta Braves fans in my life, but I know they're all
My brother Oscar.
Okay.
There we go. I got one. That's it. That's all
I
got,
think,
though.
I think you're getting a lot more, though, in this series because so many people hate Houston.
Yeah. And so I'm pulling hard for the Braves. They are not the favorite in this at all. I believe they're plus 135, but we got a phone call. ESPN 1170 AM. We're 4 minutes into the show. What do we got?
Looking for Anita Man.
You're looking for Anita Man?
Oh, my head.
Do we have Anita Man in here?
Please be Easers.
It's Easers, yeah. It would need a man. All right, so we got this going. We got our prank or a trick or treat week. And we got our trick. Since I got you, Easer A's, how do you feel about the World Series?
I'm excited I get to watch it.
Because of
I was not going to watch the Dodgers.
You weren't going to watch that.
Yeah.
So, are you excited for Dusty Baker to be back in the World Series since the first time since 2002?
Sure am. It's been 19 years. We got to let this go. I saw someone tweet about the Astros were 6 outs away Friday night, and they're like, well, we've seen this Dusty before. And I was like, come on, man, let it go. It's over with. Just move on.
Yeah, the 19 years is the second longest gap for a manager to go back to the World Series. The other one is pretty extensive. It's 20, well, not that much more. Yeah, 22 years. And that was Bucky Harris from 1925 to 1947. We all know about Bucky Harris, though, so I'm not going to get too deep into the history of Bucky. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about
Nothing.
it. But yeah. And Dusty Baker becomes the 9th manager to win a pennant in both leagues. So, who are you cheering for?
And I'll cheer for Houston.
All right.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, sure.
I don't hold the cheating grudge like everybody else does. Like, my favorite baseball player ever is, like, the biggest cheater ever. So, I really don't. I mean, whatever. They beat them. I don't know.
I guess
and not only that, it's the Dodgers. Like, I'm going to feel bad for the Dodgers ever? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's not that big. It's just one of those things. I think it's more the way you handle it. Like,
Yeah.
Carlos Correa never really owned any of it. Altuve still looks like, I mean, you see that thing over that game 6 of him, like holding on to his jersey so that they don't rip it off type of thing. That's just it, how they handle it. And then the commissioner just saying like it's just a piece of metal. So how it was all handled down, it kind of is the one thing that leaves a sour taste in the mouth.
And I understand anybody that doesn't like it. I get it. But my counter is, it's not like they just quit winning since 2017.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they did one and done and never made the postseason again. I mean, they keep going back, which someone called me out last year, and they're like, well, that just proves that they didn't need it. And I'm like, well, yeah, but anybody's looking for anything they can or can't do. And also the fact, it's kind of, again, with it's like steroids with me. If you think that Barry Bonds was the only one, or if you think the Houston Astros were the only ones, then you're fooling yourselves, because Beltran brought it with him. Beltran wasn't on the Astros all year. He brought it with him, and then, Cora had a hand in it too. It's like, so if you just think, oh yeah, Alex Bregman and Jose Altuve came up with this on their own. No, it is, the Yankees and Red Sox have both gotten in trouble for it. Just not to, they just didn't win the World Series.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you have the Alex Cora situation, and he even alluded to it when he's like, they kind of got help on the bench when he's one that made the comment about Beltran, bringing it over from the Yankees and stuff like that. So it was all over the place. And you're right, maybe it's like
the Mets were just a couple months away from doing it all.
Yeah,
and with them hiring him as head coach.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that happens.
So yeah, it's fine. Like I said, if anybody out there doesn't like the Astros, I'm A-okay with it. Go ahead, go off. You felt cheated, but again, I'm okay. You want to call them names, go for it. I'm not going to say anything bad. And then I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll be done for the day after this. But
Thanks,
for any
Anita.
Hawkeye fans who are ready to slit your wrist last weekend, just chill out, okay? I think everything got proved out this weekend that college football is very, very, very unpredictable. You never know who's going to win. Purdue gets stomped by Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin's quarterback in the 3-game winning streak is averaging 88 passing yards a game. So cool it with the Petrus is the worst quarterback in the world. He's not a 4-star recruit that after one game was given the Heisman for 3 straight years like Graham Mertz was last year. And, how about those Illinois Illini? Adam, that was awesome. I watched the overtime. My wife was screaming at me because we were trying to leave, and I was like, no, I am not leaving this. This is too great. Yeah, that was great. It was nice to see Penn State after they dunked on us for a week straight, to see them lose to an even worse team.
Well, we appreciate your willing to stay in and watch the whole thing through, and that one little bit probably helped us get through the 8th overtime. So
yeah. Right on. Thanks, Easy Rays. Appreciate you, man.
yeah, thank you.
See you guys.
Yeah, let's stay on. We'll come back to the World Series later. Let's stay on college football because 5 more ranked teams lost this weekend. Like you said, it brings the season total to 52, tied with 2005 for the most ever through 8 weeks. Those 5 that dropped out were Penn State, Oklahoma State, Coastal Carolina, NC State, and Purdue. Did not watch a single down of this Illinois-Penn State game. That's not going to surprise you.
Same.
No, it doesn't.
If I bet the over on this game, I would have lost my mind. I probably still would be in PTSD or whatever else. If I bet the over and this goes to 9 overtimes, a record 9 overtimes, and still hits the under, I'd quit gambling. I'd be talking to a therapist right now.
Start questioning your life
yes,
choices.
I would and I know there's gonna be people out there. This is like gonna be a bad beat. There's always bad beat stories out there forever. I mean, there's one that my buddies still don't let go, and that was the Seattle versus Green Bay, the Hail Mary.
Oh,
that
yeah.
probably shouldn't have been called a touchdown, but it was the I don't want to call it, the referees were on strike, and so the other replacement referees, and to this day, it gets brought up every year.
Yeah.
Anytime a Seattle game is mentioned about gambling, someone brings it up. This is going to be something that a gambler is going to talk about forever. The final score was 20-18. Illinois beat Penn State in a record 9 overtimes. Take me through this game, Adam.
All right, so this game from top to bottom was Illinois' game to lose. They showed that they had the stronger front on the offensive line and defensive line. They were playing tough. And I'm not a Brett Bielema fan. I never have been. But after this win, I'm starting to eke over that line now because he is showing up for these bigger games. The littler games he hasn't shown up for, and that's really disappointing. So basically what I'm getting at is I think we're going to have a hangover and we're not going to beat Rutgers, a team that if you're able to go in and beat Penn State, show that you have a chip on your shoulder, show like, hey, we're not this losing program, we're turning things around. He has to win this next game, and I really don't see us winning this next game because if you look at what happened in Nebraska, we went into Nebraska, won a game we weren't supposed to win, and lost the next 4. And then same thing, we would go to Penn State, 25.5-point underdogs, we come back and win. And I hate to say it, but he's using some of the philosophies he used in Wisconsin. He's ground and pound. Mm-hmm. He's got 2 running backs that for a total went 364 yards with the overtime, of course. But and honestly, Illinois actually could have won that game in regulations. They had 2 touchdowns called back in the third quarter where they were down, I think, within the 15. They had a nice little screen pass out, and then they had an eligible receiver downfield. But touchdown got called back. Go for a second try down. So now we're, another 15 yards back. They do a little fade up in the corner to catch the ball, holding. Comes back again. Then we end up settling for a field goal. So, I mean, Illinois actually had that game won. And being in Happy Valley is just something that just blew my mind. Like, there's only going to be a couple things that stick out in my memory for the rest of my life. 1, when I got married. 2, when I had my first kid. And 3, this Illinois game. Like, this was just something that is just going to stick with me for like. It's like It's like where were you when this happened? Type of deal.
That's true.
And I'm gonna say I was at my daughter's birthday party, half asleep on the couch watching Illinois football because every time I felt like I was paying attention, Illinois would start to go south, and I'd like, well, maybe if I took a little nap quick, they'll come back, and sure as heck, they did, and. I got to say, I do like the overtime change rule. I do like how they go to the 2-point conversion after the second overtime because I can see how it's supposed to make the game go faster. Unfortunately, you had 2 teams that just didn't want to win the game. They just wanted to see how long they could get the game going. And just to let you know, it was a 4-hour and 11-minute game. So, like Israel was saying, I give kudos to him to being able to talk to his wife into letting him finish that game out. So Penn State, they kind of look like when they played you guys. They look like they just like second half came out and they fell apart. Like they just didn't know what football was anymore. And their offensive line just wasn't holding blocks. Their defensive line was not getting through. Holes were huge for the Illinois running backs. And Brown, he's no joke. That dude's a tank. He is, in my mind, and I'm biased, he is the next Derrick Henry. He's a big boy, and he takes tacklers with him. So, it was a great game. Penn State could have won the game, but they missed the Philly special. They had the tight end throw. Quarterback was wide open, and the tight end threw like a normal tight end should throw. It was way off the mark. But then in retrospect, right next play, Illinois did the same thing, but they had their quarterback throwing the ball. So it was just one of those that you just, like Jay said, you just kind of pulled your hair out like, oh, my God, just somebody win this game already.
Oh, my God. I like that you kind of were asleep or whatever else and you're superstitious because I feel like I would have bit my fingernails off in the middle of that game. And, oh, boy, yeah, that's got to be something else. Well, good for Illinois. I've been on record saying as much as I didn't really care for him at Wisconsin, didn't care for how he went to Arkansas, I'm happy that Bielema's in Illinois, and I wish him nothing but success there. And I don't know why it's changed or anything like that, but that's just the way I feel about him now. I mean, I think the Wisconsin thing was his like smugness about every time they played Iowa and someone would bring up his tattoo, like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Relax, dude. Or get it covered up or something. I don't know. But I'm happy he's there, and I'm happy that Illinois got this win, and hopefully it's a statement game for them, and I hope they don't have the hangover game.
Yeah, and I hope so too. And all I got to say is that we have been a better road team than we have been a home team for years. Mm-hmm. This isn't just this year. It seems like every time I go to watch one in Champaign, it's we're losing big. And it's usually the Illinois-Iowa game I go watch. Mm-hmm. And every time in Champaign, it's usually like -2 out, raining, and the crappiest weather in the world. And I'm sitting there watching with hope, and it just never happens.
You described exactly the way I believe that the weather is at Champaign every time, even like on July 11th. That's exactly the way I feel like. I do. Hey, should we go to Champaign?
Okay,
I'd rather not.
We're not like the pits of hell. I mean,
I know. It's just weird. Like it's like just described Seattle or something like that. I have no idea. But
so what I'm getting at is, we're traveling to Iowa in November, and I'm pretty excited now after this.
That'll be fun. Yeah,
it's okay. Hey, maybe we're not as bad as we think we are. And Iowa's ranked. Hey, let's go in with a chip on our shoulder. Let's get them.
Keep your chips in Champaign.
Yeah.
Keep my chips in my pants.
Yeah, keep your chips somewhere else. Keep them at a Kinnick.
Also local, Iowa State beat Oklahoma State, and now they jump back into the top 25 for the first time in 5 weeks. It was a big win. Listen. You can't. Social media doesn't forget. Okay? Mm. And Iowa beating Penn State as they were favored at home and then being criticized for rushing the field doesn't work both ways, Iowa State. You can't. When you're favored by 7, you don't cover spread, and I know they were undefeated. You can't turn around and be like, yeah, well, now it's okay that we rush the field. That's all I'm saying. But I justified it. Because Iowa State fans are very, very smart. They'll tell you so. So there were people on Twitter that were like, oh, Iowa fans like, oh, you don't rush the field when you're favored at home, blah, blah, blah. And I justified it. I understood what happened. See, those Iowa State fans are smart. And when you're in college, there's not a lot of money to be had. All right? All those fans took Oklahoma State +7. And they were just that excited that they rushed the field. So I'm very proud of those college kids for being smart and that, hey, you make a little bit of cash when you're a college kid. You have every right to get out there. In. You got to win. You got a little money in your pocket. I'm happy for them. Good for them.
So what do you think about the touchdown being called back for taunting on that one?
I watched it. I don't agree with it because I thought about it once you said like they could have had 2 other scores. What was I still don't even know what the taunting was.
I've watched it over and over again trying to figure out what was the key ingredient that made the flag come out, and I did not.
Was that in that game?
Yeah,
I mean the guy.
And all he did was he caught the ball, and I know people at home can't see me, but he caught the ball and he kind of like just put his hands up in the air like as a triangle, like to put his gloves together and like pointed to the crowd and everything like that. And
did he open up his hands at like maybe at about the 3, like to run like that? I feel like he like as he was running across, he kind of opened up the ball in one hand and he ran across somewhere around the 5 or 3. It really wasn't. It was really not a good call.
I thought they were stretching for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm all for them, getting rid of some of the taunting stuff, but you still got to have fun. I mean, I didn't see anything that would have been like me talking to my kids saying, no, that's not how you play ball. But I don't know.
Well, the AP poll is out. Iowa is up 2 spots to number 9. Let's see here. Georgia's still at 1. Cincinnati's at 2. Alabama moves up. They jump Oklahoma. They go to 3. Oklahoma moves 1 spot down to 4. Ohio State is 5. Michigan's undefeated. They're at 6. Oregon is up 3 spots. to number 7 after beating UCLA. Michigan State is at 8 undefeated. I mentioned Iowa, and then Ole Miss at 6-1. So none of that really seems out of the ordinary at all.
No.
Nothing stands out here whatsoever. Wake Forest is undefeated. They're 7-0. They scored 70 points in 17 minutes of possession against Army.
That was insane.
1 point for every 14.8 seconds. Wake Forest is undefeated for the first time since 1944. So
that Oregon game, though, they almost lost that.
Mm-hmm.
They UCLA did mount a comeback on that one, and I really thought I was going to see an upset there.
So that was it for the college football. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will talk about the NFL weekend, and then we'll do some more baseball. And then in the second hour, I got a fun game for you guys. We'll see how we'll see how it works, though, because
Is it I Spy?
No, not at all. But it'll be good. You guys are going to help me out with a little project here, and I think you guys might be able to. I think you guys have good knowledge of this. I think it'll be fun for all of us, and people at home also can listen, and they can help out on the Facebook Live comment thread. So we'll be right back here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us, we're local.
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Football, tennis, cross country, golf, soccer, volleyball, water polo. Fall sports are back at Augustana College. And the best way to watch sports is with all your friends, alumni, and fans of the men's and women's teams of the Augustana Vikings. Kickoffs and season openers are afoot as the stars of Augustana College take to the field, the courses, and court of the Carver Center and lace up those shoes for an amazing season that we've all been waiting for. Check complete fall schedules at augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
Don't let the holidays sneak up on you for that hard-to-buy-for person. Let Premier Metal Art customize the perfect gift today. Multi-layered, full-color, powder-coated metal art, plus so much more. Tumblers, fire pits, even holiday decor and keepsakes. Let them customize the perfect gift for the sports fan, first responders, veterans, and family members on your list. Order online at qcpremier.com. Find them on Facebook or stop by their cash and carry location inside of Mattress for Less in Rock Island. Premier Metal Art. Finish your holiday shopping today.
Can I get a weight reading on the cat in exam 3?
Zuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm.
Snap-to-tail checkup is waiting.
But finding an ideal replacement takes some training.
This is like herding cats.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
good night,
there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell and engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
What's your car's monthly payment? There's a good chance that First Midwest Bank can lower it. Just like refinancing a mortgage, First Midwest Bank can refinance your auto loan too. That means lower payments, lower interest rates, and higher monthly savings. Plus, you can wait up to 60 days to make your first payment. Go to firstmidwest.com/auto refi to apply and drive down your car payments today. Member FDIC, subject to credit approval, vehicle insurance required.
Get in on the action with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circa Sports Iowa is where the pros play. Enjoy the highest limits, lowest takeouts, and competitive betting menus. Download, fund, and bet from anywhere in Iowa. Circa Sports Iowa. Sports betting the way it should be. Download your new bookie today. Visit circasports.com. Must be over 21 and present in Iowa to bet. Have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
I'm Chris Rose with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Colts took care of the Niners on Sunday Night Football 30-18. Jonathan Taylor ran for a $107 and a score to help Indy to their 3rd win in their last 4 games. The Cardinals continued their undefeated season by besting Houston 31-5. Kyler Murray threw 3 more touchdowns, including a 47-yard score to Zach Ertz on National Tight End Day. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 scores in a 24-10 win over Washington. Next up, the Pack is a date with the unbeaten Cards this week on Thursday Night Football. The Bengals beat the Ravens in Baltimore. Joe Burrow hit Jamar Chase with an 82-yard score to help Cincy to the 41-17 win. And Tom Brady threw touchdown pass number 600 in the Bucs win over the Bears. Brady is the first player ever to accomplish that. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents. Picture this. Picture yourself at DQ on Thursday, October 28th for Miracle Treat Day. You roll up to order a Blizzard with your friends and family like you have so many times before. But on this day, every flavor comes with a much-needed dose of hope. For every Blizzard you buy at participating locations, $1 or more will be donated to your local Children's Miracle Network hospital, making Miracle Treat Day the most satisfying way to give hope to kids in your community. Thursday, October 28th at DQ.
Okay, my shipments have to get to customers on time and looking good.
It's possible with Staples Connect. Staples Connect has small business shipping covered with premium shipping supplies and UPS shipping services. And now, buy 2 get 1 free on select shipping supplies like bubble roll and premium shipping boxes. Plus, get 20% off UPS Express shipping services. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 10/30. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
Get your sports fix while you work. Download our free mobile app and never miss a moment. From the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Hi, this is Derek.
And this is Skip. We are the twins from Arbar Davenport.
And you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
On ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back, ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local. In studio, Adam's with me. Adrian's with me. Just got done looking at a little bit of the college football weekend. We can do a little preview later of the Iowa-Wisconsin game. If we get to it, we've got all week for that. Yesterday in the NFL, had a lot of fun. Here, there, everywhere.
Did we?
Did we, though? Arizona beat the Houston Texans 31-5, covered the very large spread, and they remain undefeated. Green Bay beat Washington 24-10. They covered spread as well. Atlanta bested Miami 30-28. Miami was actually a home dog there. I think it was like 2.5, so Miami actually covered there. New England covered spread against the Jets. They won 54-13. The Giants over Carolina was interesting, even though Giants were at home. Sam Darnold ended up getting benched in this game after going 16-25 for only 111 yards. I don't know where Carolina's going.
No, I told you from the get-go. They were frauds right away.
You nailed it. Yeah. They're in some trouble. Kansas City, talk about trouble.
Yeah, what's going on there? What's the diagnosis there?
I feel like I need to read some things about what's going on with these teams beating up Patrick Mahomes.
They've got no defense.
To me, it looks like he's trying to make too many plays. He's just like, he's going down and he's just chucking the ball like he thinks it's going to land in the right guy's arms.
Did you guys see him get hit, that last hit what took him out of the game yesterday?
The knee to the head?
That was, he did not look good. I guess he's already passed concussion protocol. But it kind of looked like it took the life out of him. I thought I was looking at a dead body almost.
The worst loss of his career. I feel like when we were talking about how crazy this guy is all the way back in September, like after week 2, yeah, it's got to be, or that was week 7, since week 1, sorry. He's now thrown an interception for 6 straight games.
You jinxed that, though.
I think I did. I'll take it.
You said that right away. You're like,
oh,
he never throws interceptions in September.
I got too many Chief fans in my life anyway. I don't care.
3 points was the lowest scored in the 10 year of Andy Reid, the 9 years of Andy Reid, the lowest.
Really?
Points.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And only the second time ever Patrick Mahomes has been shut out in the first half.
I don't think he's going to make. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
It's hard with Vegas. Vegas is leading that division right now. Vegas and what is it? L.A. They're leading the division. Vegas is only up on them because they got 5 games. But yeah, that division's tough. They got to start winning if they're going.
Is that division? The division might be tough. We're looking at the Broncos now. Like can't beat the 3rd string Browns, and the Chiefs, who are losing games left and right.
Yeah, but I mean the Chargers are there, and Vegas does not need Gruden. They won 33-22 over Philadelphia.
Did they?
31-34. Carr was 323 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Why do you sound a little bitter on that
So
game?
Why
you
no,
sound
that
a
was
little bitter?
extremely difficult to watch. I will say Jalen Hurts is the best garbage time quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Fantasy football genius.
He can get you there, but they scored in the opening drive. The Eagles did, and I was really excited at that point in that game. And then nothing else until the fourth quarter and garbage time touchdowns, 2 more, I believe. And for some reason, a 2-point conversion. I don't know why they went for 2 there at the end. Didn't help out any.
No.
It was extremely disappointing, especially when they take away an 8-game parlay from you.
There it is.
So
there it is.
That was the worst part about that yesterday. And then it turned around, and the Knicks took a 5-game parlay from me because for some reason they can't beat the Orlando Magic. But it was a rough day at the end of my night last night. I went to bed at about 9 o'clock because I was a little upset.
Call it a night.
It was time to
sleep this day away.
Time to go away.
Start over tomorrow.
The Rams beat Detroit for a while there. They were actually, I think they were down a little bit, maybe 17-16 or something like that. And was a little,
Goff didn't look bad. Not until the last quarter.
Yeah, 22-36 for 268 yards. Goff was. Stafford was 28-41 for 334 yards, 3 TDs. And I actually was texting my buddies that in gambling, and they were like, what do we like tonight? And I was like, how about we just wait and see if the Rams can survive the teaser for me here, because I'm really getting upset at the Cancun Twins aren't pouring it on and can't cover a spread against Detroit, but they ended up covering it because I teased. Actually, Detroit covers a spread because it was like something like
16.5,
15.5.
The game.
I had teased it down to 8.5, so I squeezed out the teaser there by half a point.
So were you in Goff's ear because he really sucked it up there towards the end, throwing 2 picks, just delivering them. He really golfed it up, is what they were saying.
I feel like these games, there's a spot. Speaking of being on the couch and being superstitious, there's a spot in my house, and it feels like I'm doing something or prepping something at these significant games because I was there, and I need to get out of that area of my house because that's the same one where I needed the Ravens to do that kick field goal, and I'm sitting there, and I think I had them in Survivor then, and I bet on it like just money line, and I was like in a parlay, and I'm like, come on. And I was just same thing with the Rams when I'm texting my buddies like, oh, I can't. I'm done. I'm tired of all this. Gosh, Cincinnati looked good.
Yeah.
Who saw this coming? They beat up on Baltimore 41-17. Burrow 416 yards, 3 touchdowns.
You start to wonder, is this starting to show that their injuries are going to stop them from becoming going deep in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're still going to make the playoffs, don't get me wrong, but I don't know how far into the playoffs they're going to be able to get.
Well, I was looking at that because the same thing could be said about Cleveland.
Yeah, 100%. But I think Cleveland has a harder road to get to than I think Baltimore does.
Okay.
I think with the Cleveland injuries, there's a lot more talented position spots that are being injury prone, where, don't get me wrong, Baltimore has running backs that are out, but they still got their quarterback. They still got, pretty good defense there.
Tampa Bay and Chicago.
Yeah. Tom Brady. Mr. 600.
600.
Did you see him have to get it back from the fan?
So I got a question for you. Here's my question.
All right, good.
You're the fan. What are you demanding from Tom Brady to get that ball back? And you can't say money.
Man.
I'll tell you what I was.
Is this a negotiation with Tom Brady or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
This is Tom Brady, one-on-one. He wants that ball.
It's a good question. How much? Like how many? Is this like a genie? You get 3, and it can't be money.
Whatever you want to do.
Lifetime tickets.
Wait, is that Tampa Bay or him?
Tampa
Does he? Hold on. I like where your head's at. Lifetime tickets at will call by him, and you get to go. Yeah, Tom Brady left tickets for me every time, even though they're there.
And you say it really loud.
Yeah, you get to go. You get to go every time. It's at will call, and you get to go. I believe Tom Brady, and you said loud. Tom Brady left me tickets. It's for, and then he's like Jay Foster, and they're like, yeah, we got them for you. Like, no, I can't hear you. Who left those for me? They're like Tom Brady, like louder. Yeah.
Is Giselle here today?
Yeah. Tom, I got a text from Tom, and he said he left me tickets. Yeah. So that's a good one. I would say also throw in like one cameo a year. You know, the things where they give a shout out to one of your buddies or whatever else that they pay for. I think that one's good that you get to say Will, and he's got like
you get to be in a commercial with him and Gronk.
Yeah. I want to be in a Subway commercial with you.
So mine was it was you're gonna take me out to dinner, you and Gronk. You're gonna go out. We're gonna party one night. Just all hell break loose. We're just gonna go out. The other one was I want you to write a detailed memoir saying that yes, I knew the balls were deflated, and this is why I knew, and this is how many years I've been doing this. And just laying it on the line, so that way when he retired, I could be like, look what I got, and then I could cash in. And then the other one would be, like you said, I got tickets no matter where you're
We're
playing.
gonna have to look this up and see if this guy posted about him getting anything there, what he got from the team. He had to have gotten a lot for this ball.
That's a really good question. If it was from Tampa Bay, I probably would ask for season tickets.
Yeah, lifetime tickets.
Yeah, lifetime tickets because no one's gonna. Is it
lifetime suite?
How long is it gonna? That's the other thing a suite or something, and then like
that's a big ball.
If you go to Super Bowl this year, just contingency. I want tickets to Super Bowl. I want flight
every
travel.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. So
when Kanye comes in a few months, plays in the
again,
stadium.
we can look at the Pro Football Reference, and the game changes or whatever else. But he's got these 20 years in the league. Are we going to see 600 ever again?
No.
Yeah, that's why the ball is so important.
Yeah,
and that's your negotiating part to say like, look, we're not going to see this again. That's a really good question though. I like that. Also in the recap though, we've got another scoregami. The Arizona-Houston 31-5 never happened before the final score there.
Yeah.
So
31-5.
Yeah, we've never had that in NFL history. So that's an interesting one. Your passing leaders for the week: Joe Burrow, Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford, Derek Carr, Mac Jones. Rushing leaders: Ernest Johnson. We all had that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor with 107. Elijah Mitchell, Damian Harris, and Khalil Herbert. I mean, just all their usual names.
Yeah. I think I had 3 out of 4 on my fantasy team.
Yeah, and the pass,
Yeah,
and then Derrick Henry throws in a passing touchdown as well.
I mean,
So
why not?
it's a normal year. Jamar Chase with 201 yards receiving. That was a big deal. He's on a record pace. It's disgusting what they're doing. Kyle Pitts finally came through. 163 yards. So if you did not trade for him, the owner is not going to be probably doing that soon. Cooper Kupp had 10 receptions if you're in a PPR league, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 8 for 133. And Scary Terry McLaurin, 7 receptions for 122. So Jamar Chase joins the likes of Mike Evans, Justin Blackmon, and Anquan Bolden as players who have with 200 or more receiving yards in their first NFL season. So,
remember when they said Jamar Chase couldn't catch footballs?
Yeah, I do. I really, really do.
Yeah, talking about that.
Huh?
I remember talking about that, and they're like talking about how he can't catch the ball even in practice, and then he was dropping balls in the preseason.
Yep.
He's one of the people we talked about, how he's just a gamer, comes out and...
We're talking practice.
That's
right. Tonight, we have the Saints at the Seahawks. Saints are favored on the road at 4.5. Saints on the season are 3-2. The Seattle Seahawks are 2-4. And
are you excited for this game?
No. No, but...
I need Kamara and Winston to put some points up for me, so yeah, I'm going to have to be.
I guess it's so I can watch Geno Smith play football, I guess. I don't know. Should I be? I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah, and Packers 38, and Packers lost week 1 38-3. Now they're 6-0. Aaron Rodgers fine. This week finally the home teams went 9-3. So the away teams entered with a record of 50-39. So it's kind of settling down to where it's supposed to be, and kind of knew that was going to happen as well.
And we're about to find out why Aaron Rodgers is growing out his hair, because it's almost Halloween.
Oh, that's right. We get to the Instagram pictures or whatever else. That'll happen here soon. So, yeah, we get to see that. Cardinals, just moving quick. We'll come back to the NFL, though, but because I want to talk about something else. The Cardinals plan to hire bench coach Oliver Marmol as their new manager. He's 35 years old. and he will be he'll be younger than 8 Cardinals players who appeared in this game in a game this past season.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Being a Cardinals fan, it's nice to see some youth in that dugout. I mean, if you look at all their coaches, this is the first time that I'm actually older than one of their coaches. So it's like,
yeah,
coaches are getting younger and younger these days.
Yeah, and I'm excited for it. I'm glad St. Louis is going down that trail, and I think we're going to see some success with it. I think we're going to see him actually develop young talent and hopefully bring up the farmer teams back to where they used to be for the Cardinals.
Adrian? Matt Nagy has COVID?
Matt Nagy has COVID.
And what is the concussion protocol for him? Is he ruled out?
I don't know yet. I don't think it's said right away. Just said he had COVID. I'm guessing that he's going to have to pass some tests. 2 in 3 days or something like that you have to pass in order to like play or coach. I know Cliff Kingsbury just had one. He couldn't pass his first or second one before that last time, so that's why he was out that week. I don't exactly know what the protocol is. I think this is just the first step to firing him.
I was gonna say, is this really COVID or is this?
So he's done nothing wrong ever. So
is this COVID or
he gets fired?
Is this a way to just keep him away from the media? Like, sorry, he has COVID, he can't talk to you guys.
Somebody else said that on the timeline. It's not a terrible idea. I want to know how many people out there have used COVID as an excuse to where they don't want to do something. So they're like,
sorry, I got COVID, man.
Might have COVID. I was around a lot of people, So I probably should get checked. And what if this is a way to get out of the media talks? Just telling people you got COVID, so I don't have to answer any questions.
Symptoms. I don't know. I mean, trust me. I guarantee. I know you said that people have ever used COVID to get out of things. There's been plenty out there that I've used. Like, I think I have symptoms. Like, you can get checked out. Like, no.
It's about 95%.
You're gonna see a lot this Christmas for these Christmas concerts for like the children. You're gonna be like, I got COVID. I don't know if I should go to that elementary school and watch this concert.
Can you just imagine? He's like, I got symptoms. Nagy does, and they're like, so you're gonna get tested? He's like, no, because I don't. There's been a lot of you guys that have been around, and you guys couldn't be there if I test and it's positive. You guys are all out too, so just trust me. Trust me.
I'm the good guy here.
I'm just gonna quarantine myself for a while, and I'll be back right before this beat up San Francisco team comes into town, and then I'll just take all the credit. So just trust me on this.
That game's gonna be awful, isn't it?
Yes. Just don't worry about it. I don't want you guys to have to be quarantined and be away from your families. So just hear me out. I'll just stay away for a little bit, but I'll text you practice plans and everything else. Just follow those. That'll be good. So,
after this game, I want to know: are we ever firing this guy? Is this what's when is enough?
I don't think Chicago's ever fired anyone though midway through the season.
Well, it's about time we start.
Change something, yeah. I mean, might as well.
It's not working. This obviously isn't working. He's had his chance with now 2 quarterbacks, 4 different quarterbacks, 5 different quarterbacks to show his system can work, and it's not. It hasn't been. It will never work. It's over. I don't know what you can do to save yourself anymore.
What? Himself anymore?
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh, he goes 8 and 9 or something like that this year. Makes the playoffs.
Just goes and wins the XFL championship. 2022 and says, like, see,
told you.
It worked here. It was the players.
And then he's coaching the Eagles next year.
Yeah, exactly. See, I told you it would work. It just had to be the right players in the right system in the right league. And so,
him and John.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
what about the weather for the San Francisco game? Did you guys see that?
The crazy thing is they got this monsoon. People are flooding the under at 42, and it ends up being at 40. It hits 48. I mean, the total ends up there.
I didn't think it was gonna get there.
No.
There's bad things just going on all over. Forest fires and rain. Tons of typhoon.
I'm glad Troy got out of there when he did.
California or something like that.
I'm glad Troy got out of there when he did, because I would have been a little worried. Because I think someone has done something wrong in California where there's going to be wrath being taken right now.
Oh, I have no clue whatsoever. I just know that Jimmy G didn't look really the part. What's going through there, and the Colts just took care of him.
They've been looking pretty good the last couple weeks. Can't complain about what they've been doing.
That was the 49ers' 4th loss in a row. And it's, again, it just having those conversations with kids or whatever else. On Friday night, we went to the football game, and he asked me, who's your favorite football team? And, it's time you have to have that talk with him where I'm like,
the Nature Boys.
Yeah. Well, then I go, listen, buddy, I don't really have a NFL team. Said, I don't really want to. If I'm going to talk to him about, like, I care more about the team that's covering spread, then I'm going to make a math lesson out of it. And he doesn't want to do that. But I was just like, he's like, well, I was like, well, when I was younger, I really liked the Bears. And they won the Super Bowl on my birthday, and I know all the words of the Super Bowl Shuffle, and someday you will too, because it's awesome. And I just said, and then the next year they didn't repeat, and I had complete and utter confidence they were going to. And when they did not, when they lost, I lost my mind. I know exactly where I was. I had a complete and utter temper tantrum. It was a nightmare of a scenario. I knew then I could not live my life like this. And then Walter Payton was there no longer, and I couldn't do it. So I've never really been fully invested in the Bears ever since, after they did not repeat and make a remake of the Super. I mean, I know they did eventually make a remake, but the same group make a great song like the Super Bowl Shuffle. So, and then I was like, well, what's yours? Waiting for him to probably be like the Bears or Packers or something. And he's like, the 49ers. I was like, what? Where did this come from?
Do you see an old starter jacket you had in the closet?
No, not me. I've never been a 49ers guy either. And he's just like, well, they're good. And I was like, buddy, they're not right now. And then I didn't want to crush him. I'm like, but they're just really injured right now. Up. And then he's like, yeah, yeah, they are. And all of a sudden he's like, yeah, but they'll do better. I'm like, yeah, they'll do better. Don't worry about it. But I just didn't know where it came from, because we talk all the time about what age you're at and you start doing it. And I don't think he'll be a 49ers fan for long. I guarantee he'll end up being something, whoever's winning at the time. But,
I wish I could get out.
Huh?
I wish I could get out.
There's
you went off this ride.
Yeah. There's actually studies out there that show that people that are fair weather fans are more mentally healthy than fans that are diehard.
I bet they are.
Because they're not living the disappointment all the single. Like, being an Illinois fan, like, I can't justify what I just said, because I beat myself up every Saturday, except for this Saturday, which I'm surprised the switchboard hasn't burnt up, because we've been talking about Illinois quite a bit today.
I like it. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, there was a study out there I heard not too long ago that fair weather fans are more mentally healthy than diehard fans, due to the fact that they don't live the disappointment, like you were saying. They didn't have that ripped away from them, the hope, and like you had, Adrian, with the Chicago Bears every single year.
Hey, I don't know what it is. I can do it with basketball. I can hop around and love everybody in the game of basketball, but football and baseball, just stuck on the Cubs and Bears.
Even being a fantasy fan, you still follow them, because I think that's what ruined me for following one team is my fantasy teams.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have anybody on my fantasy team, I was a Raiders fan because Bo Jackson, and after I started playing fantasy football, the Raiders thing kind of like went to the wayside. Like, I had a starter jacket, I had all that stuff, but once I started playing fantasy football, it was like more like, okay, who's my quarterback? Yeah, that's my team this week. Like, we better win.
That was my,
yeah, that's my guy.
It's funny you mentioned Bo Jackson. We both have a fondness for him.
How can you not?
Any
guy that can chuck a crab. You remember the story on the 30 for 30? Chuck a crab apple 100 mile an hour and welt the neighbor kids. How can you not like this guy?
He's the best. And I was just kind of thinking about him the other day, because I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about Derrick Henry, and they're like, hey, can you think of how long it's been since a running back's been this dominant? And I was like, and one that just, when you just see it, it's just like, oh my God. And I was like, Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, it's just no doubt about it. Like, it's Bo Jackson. He's the greatest athlete I've ever seen. So
when he ran over the Boz.
The Boz, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was the glorious day.
That was awesome.
Where were you when that happened?
I
think I was playing Hot Wheels.
What
87?
What year was that?
87, I believe.
Born.
Wasn't it Monday Night Football?
It was a
87?
Monday Night Football game, yes.
And he hit him at about his own 4-yard line?
I was about 5, yeah.
Yeah, and then he ran the rest of the way. I mean, he
just ran him over.
So that would have probably been September through November, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't alive
You think
yet.
that's where they got the Lattimore thing on the program, because the Boz is anti-juiced or whatever else?
Yeah, I really do.
I think that's where they got it from. But yeah, we got to take a break. Speaking of memories, though, 35 years ago today, The New York Mets beat the Red Sox in Game 6 of the World Series when Mookie Wilson's ground ball went through the legs of Bill Buckner.
Bill Buckner.
That's right. And obviously everybody is, everyone knows, I don't, the younger generation that's listening, because some kids aren't in school, so they're listening now. They don't know it. But it extended the curse of the Bambino, and Bill Buckner was considered the GOAT of it. Not the GOAT. The term GOAT has changed.
Yes.
The one that took the blame for that, even though people forget that Bill Buckner's home run is the one that had them win in the ALCS to make it to the World Series. And
that has to be a horrible feeling.
Yeah. And if you want to, we've talked about it, you can watch the thing about the New York Mets on ESPN, and there's a clean version and a dirty version, so kids can watch it. But before we go to break, talked about NBA briefly. Carmelo Anthony, who's on the list of 76.
Yes.
Passed Moses Malone, who's on the list as well, for number 9 on the NBA's all-time scoring list in the Lakers' win over the Grizzlies on Sunday. So Carmelo Anthony passed Moses Malone for number 9 on the NBA's all-time scoring list in the Lakers' win over the Grizzlies on Sunday. Can you name the 8 players ahead of him? That's your trivia question when we go on to break. We'll come back. We'll give you the answer. And if you need to, when I come back, I'll give you guys a hint as well. We'll be right back here at ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit firstmidwest.com/commercial-lending. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
Sam Darnold, to me, may be a great 4A quarterback. I don't know that he'll be a great NFL quarterback. I thought when he got drafted, he had a chance to be a good one, but what I've seen is not that. I know he checks a lot of boxes, but does he check them at a high enough level? I've seen Zach Wilson do things where you go, that's a little differently talented.
Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Max. Mornings on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
So as you guys know, Mark's gone.
The float artist at Fred's Floral just took off, days before the parade. They need a replacement before business passes them by.
And who am I going to get to finish the float?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
Eli Manning, what are you expecting from the Giants quarterback this year?
I think he will be able to take that step forward just because the fact that it is his second year. I've seen firsthand just how hard Daniel works. I know how important it is to him for him to be a successful player. I know he knows this year is a big year for him, but that's not going to put pressure on him. It's going to make him excel and do better.
Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Max. Mornings on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Since 1978, Advantage Advertising has been your one and only choice for promotional products and corporate apparel, all with your company's logo. At Advantage Advertising, you'll find products that are perfect for golf outings, company anniversaries, holiday parties, or health, wellness, and safety programs. We're accredited by the Better Business Bureau and a long-standing member of the Quad Cities Chamber. Visit AdvantageAdvertising.us to see all of the possibilities. Advantage Advertising, a proud supporter of Iowa State athletics.
Canty and Golick Jr.
I, for one, am shocked by the headlines coming out of Philadelphia. Ben Simmons now openly saying he doesn't want to be part of the team before reporting to training camp. I mean, can they just get this over with already? Like, Ben Simmons is going to have this cycle go on long enough for him to be able to claim that you can't fire me, I quit.
Canty and Golick Jr., 2 till 6 on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Save big and shop our fall into savings sale with deals throughout the store going on now at Tyson's. Refresh your wardrobe for fall with new apparel from Columbia, Under Armour, and Carhartt and get a free Tyson's gift card with purchase. The hunt is on at Tyson's and we've got you covered with clothing, boots, attractants, and scents on sale at 10% off. Check out our selection of heaters and humidifiers and stay comfy and cozy this winter. On sale now. All these great deals and more through October 31st. Shop in store or online today at Tysons.com. Tysons, home, farm, auto.
A comprehensive virtual Veterans Services event is happening October 1st through November 19th. The Quad Cities Regional Services for Veterans Project directly connects veterans to VA and community resources online for a 7-week period. Go to the Quad Cities Community Veterans Engagement Board Facebook page, complete the survey, and be contacted based on your needs. Choose VA claims, health care and burial benefits, access legal, employment and education services, and mental health, dental and chiropractic care, and much more. If you are a veteran, you don't want to miss this virtual event. The Quad Cities Regional Services for Veterans Project, October 1st through November 19th. Go to Quad Cities Community Veterans Engagement Board on Facebook or Google Quad Cities CVEB for the link to the online site. Facebook account is not needed. Brought to you by Unity Point Health, Trinity, Cobham, City of Davenport, American Legion Auxiliary, St. Ambrose University, Whitey's, MH Equipment, Breakfast Optimist Club, Exelon Nuclear, and ESPN 1170.
All the hits are heard right here. This is Len Casper. Join Darren Jackson and me for Chicago White Sox baseball all year long on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
ESPN 1170 AM. I want to remind everybody about R Bar's Text Club. Get exclusive offers and updates sent straight to your phone. Text R Bar to 1-833-302-2216 to sign up. Not only will you get those exclusive offers and updates, you'll get event announcements, new recipes and content, contests and giveaways, so much more. You can also go to texrbar.com to sign up. I know they're having a big event. I think it's I'd have to look. And I know I shared it on Facebook, but go to their Facebook page, like and follow. They're having an event for Yellowstone.
Yellowstone, yeah, big fans.
Big fans of that. And so they're going to open up on Sunday for that. Not going to lie, it's on a list of things to watch, but I have never watched it.
Never seen an episode.
I've never seen an episode.
Nope.
I've never seen it.
I haven't either.
Here it's pretty good, but there's like a lot of things I need to watch. I need to watch like Succession. I need to watch Billions. So that's the thing. I've been talking about this show for quite a while, and I'm not the only fan of it. And the show is Ted Lasso.
Oh, God, yes. I love that show.
It's
changed my life.
Makes me very happy to watch Ted Lasso. The writing is unbelievable. It got nominated for 20 Emmys, the most for a freshman sitcom comedy show. It won 7. So I was looking at some things, and I sat down to write about it, and then I was like, you know what? Let's take this to the studio. And I started working on it. The other thing is this. Hey, there is vague booking, and you know what vague booking is?
No, I have no idea.
Feel free to use this. I don't know where I got it from. It's fantastic. Who said it first? And I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious. Vague booking is when people basically say a statement about someone, but they make it seem like it'll be like, hey, when you're out and about, make sure to do this and that, but really they're talking about someone, and then or everyone feels like, are you talking directly about me? That's vague booking or whatever else. So I this wasn't vague booking, and it wasn't like I was in a moment, but I wrote something because I was doing this about, I was looking at the Ted Lasso, and people like reached out and they're like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm okay. They're like, oh, okay. And I was like, read it. It's just like things. So I took a quote from Ted Lasso because I was working on this. And it said, I promise you, there is something worse out there than being sad. And that is being alone and being sad. Ain't no one in this room alone. That's all. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like, I like it. That's what he said after the loss or whatever else. And if you know the show, and I'm not going to go too deep into Ted Lasso, sometimes he's alone because he's away from his family. He moved across the half the globe to coach soccer. So people are like, "Are you okay?" Like, yeah, I'm okay. Like I just wanted to let everyone know, like it's okay. I mean, people cut and paste and say like, "I want you to know my phone is always on, the lights on." And I'm not taking anything away from it, but it's cut and paste. I do something that's the same. Like, ain't no one here alone. Meaning like, and everyone's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "I'm gonna be okay."
I think you needed more of an emotional background to that, like make center it. Something.
To be honest with you, you mean the background where it's like the things
some
like
flowers in the background or something,
or maybe some pumpkins. I don't know, just spiced up a little bit. Maybe
cherry blossoms.
Not gonna lie. Too many characters. You can't use the background.
Oh, really?
I did try it. Yeah.
What background did you go with? What'd you go with? What were you trying to go with?
Oh man, can't remember. I was like, oh, that looks pretty good, but they were like, yeah. So I can't lie. I can't do that. So
he's like, can I shorten this up at all? Can I take a couple words out? Well, I want it to be the exact.
I really wanted to look pretty.
What if I take the quotations out in the comma?
It's so great. All right, so I took a bunch of quotes. What I want to do is I want to agree on how does this quote pertain to right now. We're a third of the way through the NFL. We're not done with week 7 yet, so we do have a third of the way done. For every quote I give, we have to apply it to one NFL team.
Okay, I like
You have a list of NFL there. So once I
have a list of trivia question answers too.
Sure. Thank you so much because I just looked at your paper and I'm like, listen, I am jumping way too ahead on this. I got to give the answer to that. So, all right. So we gave you a trivia question. And it was Carmelo Anthony pass. I'm terrible at this. I always forget coming back. Carmelo Anthony passed Moses Malone for number 9 on the NBA's all-time scoring list in the Lakers' win over the Grizzlies on Sunday. Can you name the 8 players ahead of him? Do you want to name them? Do you think you got it? Do you want to?
I think Adrian and I got 3 of them.
I'm closer now. I had to give me a second, but I'm pretty sure I'm close to being there.
All right, so let me go because I feel like you're going to get all these.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got Michael, Kobe, LeBron.
Michael Jordan is on that list. Kobe is on that list ahead of him. LeBron is on that list ahead of him.
Then I had to start thinking a little bit. And I went Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain is on that list ahead of him.
Kareem
is on that list ahead of him.
This is where I started getting a little dicey. So I said Oscar Robinson.
Nope.
And then my next one under that was Tim Duncan.
Nope.
So there you go.
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone is on that list.
Yeah, dang it.
Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal is on that
list.
list.
Shaq is on that list.
And this is the one I'm kind of... Is Nowitzki on that list?
You have nailed it.
Oh, my God.
You guys nailed it.
I had Duncan at 1.2, and then I crossed him off.
Thank goodness.
Because I put too many names down, pretty much what I did.
Thank goodness.
We don't look like idiots.
I would have probably lied and been like, no, he's not on the list. Move on. Yeah.
Move on.
All right. So I'm going to... you need that? I need a pen. Hold on. Sure, I got another one.
We got this pen over here that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's not going to work in this situation because I need to write this down. Right.
So you looked up 32 inspirational quotes.
I took quotes from there.
From sports movies or
no, from Ted Lasso.
This is all Ted Lasso.
This is all from Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen Ted Lasso before?
I've seen the first season. I haven't gotten into the second season yet.
He has at least one good quote every episode.
He's got some things that'll make you think. All right. So they're all from Ted Lasso. We're going to apply them to NFL. Now, I think I've got enough for all of them. If not, then we'll figure out what teams are left, and I'll go find some. But I'm pretty sure I have not a lot. All right. Here's the first quote from Ted Lasso, okay? We're all going to agree on a team. Then the team's gone. We just kind of put a check off that it's done. But if we find something we're like, okay, this applies better, maybe we'll rework it.
Okay.
It's a group effort. And the people out there in the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread do it. And those of you listening at home, you think about this as well. Here's the first quote from Ted Lasso. You two knuckleheads have split our locker room in half. And when it comes to locker rooms, I like them just like my mother's bathing suits. I only want to see them in one piece, you hear?
I love that quote. That's like my favorite quote. Oh.
So, you guys want to hear what I think? And then we'll brainstorm from there.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
I would want to apply this to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And basically the split is between Urban Meyer and the players.
That's a good one.
That's the first team I thought of, and then I got down to the Steelers, maybe with Tomlin and Roethlisberger. Maybe a little bit of there.
Okay,
but I do like the Jaguars. I think
it fits the Jaguars the best.
And maybe it's even with Not like knuckleheads, but like maybe it is Trevor Lawrence and maybe it is Urban Meyer. Like players believe in Trevor Lawrence, but don't believe in Urban Meyer.
You can even go Chicago with that route.
Exactly, but I think there might be Smithers out there.
Yeah, nope. I like.
I'll give you another team because I only really started playing around 2 teams. So finally, I was like, I'm going to hold on to this for a segment because I didn't want to come in with automatically having something for everyone and then being like, oh, that's it. So here's another one that I have a team in mind. You know what the happiest animal on earth is? It's a goldfish. You know why? It's got a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish.
The Ravens.
Okay.
With all their injuries, all their issues they've had this year. And
Okay.
They're winning.
All right. Here's what I put. The Detroit Lions. They've yet to win a football game, but they keep showing up to play every week, and they keep trying to win despite being the Lions. It's like they just forget who they are.
Yeah, yours is way better.
Those are 2 pretty good teams, though. If it's not one, it's the other.
Mm-hmm.
You're a tiebreaker, Adrian. Where are you going?
I like the Lions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't argue that.
Now, it's our job out there, and the listeners, people in the Heritage Pub Facebook comment thread who can make anything on there to help us out. The rest I have not put anything on here. So we have to do some thinking here. And again, these are not, it may be written down in pen, but it doesn't mean it can't be crossed off. Taking on a challenge is a lot like riding a horse, isn't it? If you're comfortable while doing it, you're probably doing it wrong. So when I look at this quote, I just think of you're doing something, you're doing a challenge, and it's going to be bumpy, but you know that you're doing it right because you're weathering the storm along the way.
So I got 2 teams here. At first, I think this fits the Dolphins 100%. But then you look at the Raiders and what just happened there with their coach being let go.
I had 2 teams in mind too, which one of is the same team, which is the Raiders, the exact same points that you posted it out. But the Patriots, a little bit, like kind of giving up on Cam, rookie quarterback. Hey, it's going to be bumpy, but we can do this if we're here together.
Yeah.
You guys both agreed on the Raiders, and I agree on the Raiders as well. I don't know what really challenge it is when you start on third base like the Patriots. It's hard sometimes to consider that challenge.
Yeah. No, but you're a team that didn't expect you. Nobody expected you to go with a different quarterback. Like they had to believe in Bill a little bit. I guess the rest of the team to go with a rookie quarterback. But yeah, the Raiders, right there.
Okay. Here's another quote from Ted Lasso that we have to assign to a team. Here's an idea that's going to help a little or hurt a whole lot. Who needs a drink? So what that is basically, this could be the idea of a fan base. It's either going to be rewarding. This could be your Bears. It's either going to be rewarding or it's going to hurt a lot. What team is more right now of 50-50? This could be the Chiefs.
I was looking at the Chiefs. I was looking at the Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's a good idea. Then I like that because you may, listen, you're so used to coming back from these double-digit points, and now all of a sudden it's going to help a little bit or hurt a whole lot. And right now it's hurting a whole lot, whereas before it helped a whole lot. So I like that. I really, really like this quote, and this might be one about one of a team that is overperforming and you didn't do it. And I do have a team here for you. Okay. I feel like we fell out of the. The way he said that, I'm just.
You got a picture in your head.
I'm picturing Ted Lasso in my head about the way he delivers it and everything else. I feel like we fell out of a lucky tree, hit every branch on the way down, ended up in a pool full of cash and Sour Patch Kids. All right, the quote is, I feel like we fell out of a lucky tree, hit every branch on the way down, ended up in a pool full of cash and Sour Patch Kids.
So I got the Bengals.
Adrian, anything?
I was going to go Bengals or Cowboys, but yeah. I'm going to go with Bengals.
I like the Cowboys in this one.
I actually have the Bengals as well. I think that's a situation we even said earlier in the show, like who really saw them to be, leading the division and everything else right now. And the idea, just like you said, Jamar Chase, where walking in the season, everyone's saying it, and now you're just like, he can do no wrong, and Burrow can't either. So I like that one a lot. Again, we can come back to it, though. This is the best quote of season 1, hands down. Everybody walked out falling in love with Ted Lasso when he said this.
I'll be the judge of this.
Okay. Guys have underestimated me my entire life, and for years I never understood why. It used to really bother me, but then one day I was driving my little boy to school, and I saw this quote by Walt Whitman, and it was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental." I like that. What team did we judge going into? And then we're completely wrong when we should have been asking the questions.
Texans. Or not Texans, Titans. I feel like we wrote the Titans off right away. And look what they're doing now.
I don't think anybody had the Cardinals sitting at 7-0.
That's a good point, too. Very good. Very good.
Definitely judgmental about the Cardinals.
Yep.
I mean,
head coach, and everything else.
Oh, you nailed it.
They're probably the middle of the pack, probably coming in. Everybody thought the 49ers were going to be better than them.
That's really, really good call.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Divorce is hard. It doesn't matter if you're the one leaving or if you're the one who got left. It makes folks do crazy things.
You got to go Patriots.
Oh!
Tom Brady leaving, going up to Foxborough, beating them.
Bringing in Cam.
Yep.
For a little bit. Mm-hmm. Then messing with the draft.
Yep, that's way better.
Yeah. That's great. This is a good one. I love this show so much. If you don't have Apple Plus TV, find someone in your life who does and is willing to share this for you. They're 30-minute episodes or whatever else?
And all 30 minutes, you're glued to the TV. Yeah. At least I am.
Okay. Ice cream's the best. It's kind of like seeing Billy Joel live. Never disappoints. Who doesn't disappoint? Who week in and week out? Is this Green Bay?
This is Green Bay.
That's what I was going to say. It's Green Bay, right?
Everybody expects you to be there.
Yeah, it's kind of like seeing Billy Joel live. Never disappoints. So basically, if you go to one Billy Joel concert and it's just awful, the next 6 in a row are going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Or could you go with Tampa on that though too?
I don't know. Well, the way they're playing. I just think right now the consistency, because now you're looking at 13-3, 13-3, and probably a 14-3 year, if not even better, is very consistent. So I like Green Bay there.
Yep.
If God wanted games to end in a tie, she wouldn't have invented numbers. All right. This is easy one to break down here. If God's wanted games to end in a tie, she wouldn't have invented numbers, all right? So how do we unpack this one, the analogy of this to an NFL team?
Is this something you do for Minnesota? Because Minnesota's lost by just a couple points each time.
That's a really good call because, we're going to go for it. We're going to do this and that. Who just went for it too? Well, no, is this the Bills, though, too?
Bills. Yeah, Bills,
Even though, it's brand new, but Minnesota has a lot of close games here and there.
Mm-hmm. I do like Minnesota here.
Okay. I'm on board.
With how many close games they've had this year.
Yeah.
I'm just finding ways to win, hopefully. Finding ways to lose.
There's 2 buttons I never like to hit, all right? And that's panic and snooze. What team is on a panic and who you not want to sleep on? What team is basically when the media or anyone else saying it's time to panic, but we don't want to sleep on them? Is this Cleveland?
I was thinking Cleveland originally, but then I started thinking like the Ravens.
The Ravens really can't be panicking too much. Yeah, that's a big loss, but they just blew out the Chargers too.
That's true.
Is it the 49ers?
I don't think it's the 49ers.
Because I don't think they're going to... I'm sorry. I think that NFC West is too much. They've lost too many games now.
That team's heading in the wrong direction.
I think they're in trouble.
Is it the Chiefs?
I like the Chiefs on what we already put them on, though.
Okay.
But that's the Chiefs could be there, too. Give me another team, because we can always cross off and come back. The Chiefs falls apart there, too, as well.
Yeah, I guess the Browns, too, with all the injuries.
Yeah.
Browns, Baker not playing.
Where's the Seahawks sitting in their division?
It kind of depends after tonight, but I think with Russ out, I feel like this one stays out a little
and
bit.
the division. When you're in that tough a division, you've got. I mean, is there anybody else?
I think I like the Browns the best in this one. I think you nailed it right away. It just took me a second to get there.
Okay.
Because they aren't a team, even with their backup quarterback, they've shown they can win football games. Yeah, it was against the Broncos.
Okay.
Okay, I can buy that.
So you're not wanting to sleep on them, but it is kind of almost time to panic to where, hey, if you don't continue to win football games, your division's going to run away from you.
Yep. You sold it.
Next quote. I shouldn't bring an umbrella to a brainstorm. This is where you're underthinking something, or you're not prepared. How's that? Not being prepared.
I'll cover this for Troy. You know it's not Mike McCarthy.
It's not, or it could be the Cowboys, but they're winning. I mean, they underthink things.
What was the quote again?
I shouldn't bring an umbrella to a brainstorm. My analogy is, you're underprepared.
I thought maybe it was like more overthinking, like don't overthink things too.
That's the way I took it.
Okay, you want to look at it as it's overthinking. Okay, that's fine. That's what this is for. So we're overthinking. You came too prepared for you brought too much baggage to something that was you overthought it and you brought extra baggage to stuff that you didn't need to.
So you go with either the Titans or the Bills on this one.
I was thinking the Ravens with this last loss. You know,
you're overthinking it.
Overthinking a little bit. I saw yesterday in this game. I watched a lot of this game. Justin Tucker could have lined up for a 47-yard field goal, I believe. Which in Justin Tucker's every day of his life, he hits 47-yard field goals, I feel like, consistently. And they decided to punt. That punt went into the end zone, so they only gained,
that's dumb.
Terrible yards. It wasn't good. I don't know what the wind direction was. I don't know what he felt like in warm-up. I just felt like at that moment, I felt like Ravens believed that the Bengals were starting to figure him out and that they needed to play field position instead of just going for 3 points. I think the game was either at 10-7 Bengals or 7-7. But it was right before a lot of points were scored. And I think that they were just completely thinking the entire game. And you just line Justin Tucker up for his natural 47-yard field goal at that point. And they didn't do it. And I never really looked into why. Just kind of kept watching football. But
that was a big momentum shift too, wasn't it?
It was. It was kind of like when the game kind of got out of hand. It was. And then I think the next two drives, the Bengals score, then the Ravens score, and then the Bengals continue to score, and the Ravens stop. I was going to look into that later and why they went for that decision, but I hadn't gotten to that yet today.
You sold me on that one. We can go with the Ravens.
You know, but don't overthink it. You guys are still one game out of your division now since you lost to the Bengals, but you guys did just blow out on another powerhouse team in the Chargers. You know, you're doing things right. You're playing on borrowed time with all these running backs. Like, I just think, keep doing what you're doing, and you've already beat some top teams in the NFL to prove that you're worthy of where you're at.
Love it. Next quote. This is about Roy's excessive swearing. Who's my favorite character on the show? Next to Ted Lasso. And they're all good. I'm sorry, I can't pick one because then all of a sudden the assistant coach comes to mind.
Yeah, right. He's my
Coach Beard.
Coach Beard.
Okay, on Roy's excessive swearing. It's kind of like all the nipples in that movie Showgirls. Halfway through, you don't even notice. You just kind of get sucked into the narrative.
Cowboys.
Is that a thing where you're looking at the Cowboys like
it's America's team,
and they're
supposed to win,
and now they're winning, and you're just kind of like, their Cowboys are good. Like you're drinking the Kool-Aid, all of a sudden you're like, I didn't realize that I was.
All of a sudden you got a star in your hat.
Yeah, that could be one. I don't. Yeah,
I'm here for it just so we can stop talking about the Cowboys.
I love that.
Who are going to win their division by Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Like I always say, sometimes the best stew is the one you leave sitting on the stove overnight because you fell asleep watching Citizen Kane after too many beers. So this situation is, it just got good on its own.
go with the Titans on this one.
Yeah,
I kind of keep want to hold out on the Titans. I'm liking the Colts on this one.
I was thinking Colts, though. I was going to say Colts as well.
They kind of came in with a little bit of hype. Did make the playoffs last year. What, the 3-game winning streak? 2-game winning streak.
Yeah,
back-to-back
it's
wins.
4 straight covers for them.
Yeah.
Wentz ain't looking bad.
Not looking bad at all.
Jonathan Taylor's
just
running the ball.
Just did it on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's running
Just
hard.
keep playing the game.
Second straight week in a row. Okay. I always thought tea was going to taste like hot brown water. And you know what? I was right. Who were we right about? No matter what. Is it Tampa Bay?
I think
I don't.
it was.
Or do you want to look at it like, or who were we bad about that? Who were we right about that is bad? That we were like, they're just not gonna. It's not gonna. Is it like the Washington football team, or
No,
is it?
I think we thought the Jaguars. We already
have them on there,
but
though,
that was
and-
what I'm thinking. Is like we automatically thought the Jaguars.
And this might be
were
the
gonna
Texans.
Yeah. The Texans.
Because we knew they were going to
The
be bad.
Jets.
You know what I'm saying? Or the Jets, yeah.
Or the
And
Jets, yeah.
And we have to put something for everyone or whatever else. So,
I think the Jets. It follows the
Okay.
Jets.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, I'm fine with that.
I'd be shocked if there's even a spread for that game next week. They're not going to score a point.
Okay.
Who is their backup, by the way?
The Jets? Oh, I looked at it when they.
Tommy Dreamer.
It was.
Mike Tomczak.
Which was that? I can't. I actually did pay
Booby
attention
Miles.
to it because I was so. Yeah.
Vinny Testaverde.
Don't want to win, put Booby in.
I looked at it because so many people had Patriots Survivor. I was like actually following that too, and I was like, after another Patriot score, I was like, I need to stop following this game. So, okay, you help me.
Mike White.
There you go. You help me figure out the analogy of this and how it will apply to, because it's a good quote, but I don't know where to go with it. So you could fill 2 internets with what I don't know about football. Now in this situation, he's talking about soccer, but it's the quote. You could fill 2 internets with what I don't know about football. Help me out with the analogy and where that goes. Is it that they don't know football, or they're being honest with themselves?
I think you can take it either way.
I know, so let's apply it.
I kind of think that they're saying, oh man, how you just don't know anything about anything and what's going on around you at all, and you're just kind of lost a little bit. No?
So you go with the Giants?
I was going to say Bears.
Yeah?
You're kind of lost, right?
You're just lost.
It's what I said about
who are you gonna be?
when I borrowed Mike Lombardi's quote about Matt Nagy when he said we plan. He's like, the worst thing is when we're lost but we're making good time, meaning like trust the process. We're lost. So I'm okay with that. That he kind of just says, he kind of leads you in different directions, but in the end he's just kind of like doing whatever else. So I'm all right with the Bears there. Next one. I do love a locker room. It smells like potential. Now, is this the Titans? Who's got the potential?
49ers.
They have potential?
They're all hurt.
I know, but yeah. But the potential would be like, I still have an idea that they can make it to the playoffs
This
type of
year.
thing.
I like the Falcons here.
They're not making it to the playoffs.
I think that you gotta people keep underestimating them a little bit. There's a lot of talent around that ball. Matt Ryan could still fling it. What is it? Who is their number 1 pick? Pettis?
Kyle
Pitts.
yeah.
Pitts. He had a hell of a day yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Kind of a coming out party a little bit.
There's potential there. I'm okay with that.
I mean, we kind of like them.
Still
at the
got
beginning
Calvin
of the year,
Ridley.
A little bit of potential.
I did like him because
They're at
the potential.
500.
They had 8 games of 1 score or less losses.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You're sitting at 500. You're still in contention for the playoffs.
Ooh, this was a pretty good one. We might have to come back. I tell you what, we need to stop coming back to the Chiefs. So I'm going to automatically tell you, don't think Chiefs automatically when I give you this quote. Come back to me with something, and this might be. I got a team. Here's the quote. When we finish it out after this one, we're going to take our break. A palace made out of crystal seems mighty fragile to me. You want me to give you what I think? And we'll go from there?
I'm thinking go ahead.
I'm thinking Seattle.
I was thinking Seattle or the Bills.
Because, I mean, we know that division. We said over and over, anyone can win that division, and we might even see 4 teams come out of that and to make the playoffs. But once the Russell the Love muscle got hurt, kind of just you don't really think about him anymore.
Yep.
And it seems like, yeah, like you said, it's a matter of
yeah, it's a 2-team race now anymore. If you ask anybody, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So we good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right before break, yeah, let's put it on the board.
All right. Perfect. All right, let's come back. We'll finish it up, and we'll sign a Ted Lasso quote we'll continue signing a Ted Lasso quote for every NFL team going into Week 8, end of Week 7, Week 8. Be right back, ESPN 1170 AM.
The Rock says he's going to make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
Hi, this is Derek.
And this is Skip. We are the twins from Marbar, Davenport.
And you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
On ESPN 1170 AM.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us,
Is your
We're
mower,
Local.
tractor, or gator on the down and out? Call River Valley Turf to get it picked up and serviced today. River Valley Turf, your Quad Cities John Deere dealer, has factory-trained technicians on call and ready to work on your equipment today. Servicing all brands of equipment, not just John Deere. Home service calls too. Winter is just around the corner, so get your snow blowers, throwers, and plows ready for the snow. River Valley Turf, your Quad Cities John Deere dealer and customer service experts in Silvis and Davenport. And at rivervalleyturf.com.
Are you a QC pro? Well, you might be if you know what Quad Cities Pizza is and you love it. And commuting across the river is the norm. If you know quad means more than 5 and Cody Road is a sweet sip. For everything you know, you could become a QC pro, plus get local rewards. Go to QuadCitiesPro.com. You know you wanna.
Brought to you by Visit Quad Cities and this Town Square Media radio station.
So, as you guys know, Mark's gone.
The float artist at Fred's Floral just took off, days before the parade. They need a replacement before business passes them by.
And who am I gonna get to finish the float?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Cyclone fans, this is Chris Williams from CycloneFanatic.com. One thing I've learned over the years is that Iowa State fans stick together. When you're tailgating, you want in your glass a drink that loves the Cyclones as much as you do. You should try Mississippi River Distilling Company in LeClaire. It's owned by Cyclones, and the spirits you drink are made from grain from local farmers. Try the Cody Road Bourbon or the Iowa's Cream Liqueur at your next tailgate. And stop by LeClaire for a tasting and a cocktail. Go Cyclones!
When you open an essential business checking account at First Midwest Bank, you'll earn a $500 bonus. But that's not all. You'll also have your own local banker who knows your business. A $500 bonus plus a local bank to help you succeed. That's banking with momentum. Visit a First Midwest branch to open an essential business checking account by November 30th, 2021. $100 minimum deposit to open. Available to businesses located in Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Must complete all bonus requirements to be eligible. Details available at firstmidwest.com/smallbiz, member FDIC.
Oh, excuse me?
Yes?
Is your apartment empty?
No, all my stuff's there.
Like what?
My big screen TV, computer, iPod, etc.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Because your landlord's property insurance doesn't cover those things from fire, vandalism, and theft.
Oh.
But if you had renter's insurance, they'd be covered.
I gotta go back home. I think I left my oven on or something.
Protect your possessions with renter's insurance. Contact Jorgensen Insurance in the Quad Cities. Online at jorgenseninsurance.com.
I'm Chris Rose with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Colts took care of the Niners on Sunday Night Football 30-18. Jonathan Taylor ran for a $107 and a score to help Indy to their third win in their last 4 games. The Cardinals continued their undefeated season by besting Houston 31-5. Kyler Murray threw 3 more touchdowns, including a 47-yard score to Zach Ertz on National Tight End Day. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 scores in a 24-10 win over Washington. Next up, the Pack is a date with the unbeaten Cards this week on Thursday Night Football. The Bengals beat the Ravens in Baltimore. Joe Burrow hit Jamar Chase with an 82-yard score to help Cincy to the 41-17 win. And Tom Brady threw touchdown pass number 600 in the Bucs win over the Bears. Brady is the first player ever to accomplish that. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents. Picture this. Picture yourself at DQ on Thursday, October 28th for Miracle Treat Day. You roll up to order a Blizzard with your friends and family like you have so many times before. But on this day, every flavor comes with a much-needed dose of hope. For every Blizzard you buy at participating locations, $1 or more will be donated to your local Children's Miracle Network hospital, making Miracle Treat Day the most satisfying way to give hope to kids in your community. Thursday, October 28th at DQ.
Okay, my shipments have to get to customers on time and looking good.
It's possible with Staples Connect. Staples Connect has small business shipping covered with premium shipping supplies and UPS shipping services. And now, buy two, get one free on select shipping supplies like bubble roll and premium shipping boxes. Plus, get 20% off UPS Express shipping services. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 10/30. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a town square media station.
Thanks for hanging on, everybody. You're listening to ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us, we're local. We've unpacked a lot from the NFL this weekend. Talked a little bit about Major League Baseball and the World Series starting tomorrow night. Game 1 will be Tuesday night. First pitch, 7:09. Astros have the home field advantage, so Game 1 will be at Houston based on winning percentage. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Currently, we're looking at the NFL season and how it's just over a third of the way through. Week 7 isn't in the books yet. We have a Monday Night Football game tonight. New Orleans -4.5 at Seattle. But we're looking at the season, and we're taking quotes from the first 2 seasons of Ted Lasso, and we're applying them to what we think of NFL teams now. So we're going to try to find a quote for every NFL team. If you want to go back to the first half, the last one that we did it for the first 25 minutes. You can go back on Facebook Live and listen to us there and see where they go. So Ted Lasso's show on Apple Plus. You guys can look up all that stuff and figure out whether you think it's a show you want to watch or not. I highly recommend it. So does Adam. Adrian's watched season 1. And it is a situation now you can binge watch it. I enjoyed it so much that I look forward to every Friday. I love appointment television because it's so rare that you have that.
See, I tried to get into that like that, and I couldn't do it. Because I binged the first season, I kind of got impatient. So I was like, I started doing it every Friday, and then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna wait now because I want to be able to binge all of them in a row.
Okay, Adrian. Before we finish our assignment, for every 65 bad television shows I watch, that's probably being generous. I probably watch worse. I have one good recommendation every once in a while, and I haven't seen this yet, but I'm telling you, I think it's going to be good. There will be an Apple Plus show coming out, and I think it starts a week from Friday. I'm really excited about it. It's called Swagger.
I've seen previews for that. Yep.
It's about a basketball player, got all the skills, talent, everything else, and basically these ups and downs of life. Oh, Shea Jackson is in it too. So this is by the people who did Friday Night Lights, which, by the way, I still say that Friday Night Lights is one of the best television shows.
It was a good show. It just didn't get the hype that it should have.
NBC killed it. They ended up. I don't care if the title's Friday Night Lights. Second season, you don't have to put it on Friday nights.
Yeah,
like you just don't have to. But the worst part about it is I always will say a pilot will make or break a show. I've watched the pilot multiple times, and it's really not that good. It's one of those things where you're like, it does get better. It's really good, but. I'm excited about this.
Okay.
So I'll do a follow-up.
Swagger, huh?
Swagger, yep.
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, so Apple Plus has showed Ted Lasso. We're taking quotes from the first 2 seasons of Ted Lasso, and we're applying to NFL teams. What we know so far through Week 6 and most of Week 7. Here's the next quote. It's kind of like back in the 80s when bad meant good. The analogy of that is what you see right now, what is the analogy there? When bad meant good. What is that? What do I tell you that? What does that make you think of?
So I know in the show he was talking about how they were not winning very many games, and people kept saying that they were bad. And he goes, well, I remember in the 80s when bad meant good. So
what he's saying is, they may tell you you're bad, but I think you're good. Okay.
And if you're going to go with the 80s, you got to go with the 49ers.
And I guess that does. We've been trying to find 49ers, and the thing is, all we're just saying is just injuries. It's for the second year in a row.
Yeah.
It's just injuries, guys. Like, they're good. They're talented. Good front office. They've got 2 quarterbacks that can decide to do their future.
Kettle's bang up.
Yeah, he's on the IR, so that looks good. They're good. They're just bad right now. They've lost 4 straight. That's it. That's it. You nailed it. I really like that.
I like that one.
Okay. This quote is on whether or not Ted Lasso believes in ghosts. And he says, I do. But more importantly, I think they need to believe in themselves. Who needs to believe in themselves?
Broncos.
I like the Dolphins with this one.
I do too. I looked at that one as well.
I feel like the Dolphins have had these picks that, really starting to plan out here, and they're just not winning football games exactly in these last 2 weeks, and they could have won both those games, in my opinion.
Yep, young talent.
They're just not believing in themselves out there. And maybe even the coaches is kind of creating that vibe, or even they're kind of second-guessing themselves a little bit now.
Nope, I agree 100%.
I even think America would agree with me.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Next one. Sometimes the best way to stick it to the man is to go right between his legs. I'm not kidding you. I don't know how to give that one the analogy, but we need to break it down. Sometimes the best way to stick it to the man is to go right between his legs. Is this like...
make him look foolish.
Okay.
Like if you're playing one-on-one basketball and the guy's guarding you and you dribble it right through his legs.
I believe in the soccer world they call it a meg when you do that. The little things I know about soccer, that's one. So
you go with the Texans. Derrick Henry running up the middle all the time.
Titans.
Or the Titans, yes.
Oh, that's good. Did Titans just kind of like...
Yeah.
We're just going to...
This is a Buccaneers one with Tom winning it all 1 year after losing Bill.
It's another good...
But this is... And then coming back and just keep winning now? Because...
Yeah.
Sticking it to the man.
That would be too much of last year.
You don't want me, I'll go over here.
But that would be too much of last year. And we want to
right.
keep it at 2021. It might be the Derrick Henry right up the middle. But he's not sticking it to anybody.
He's sticking it to a lot of linebackers, a lot of
I guess every week, because and a lot of people said that his workload's going to...
You said it in our draft.
Yeah.
You said, no way am I going to take him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can put that down tentatively.
Okay.
Unless there's anything else. I mean...
I like that one. How they're kind of making believers out of everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sticking it to
This
everybody.
one's going to change everything. We might come back to a quote, because this one should be cut and dry. All right? So we might have to go back one that we already applied to. And we can do that. This is a conversation between Ted and Coach Beard. Ted says, back home, if a team was playing poorly, we don't call them unlucky. What do we call them, Coach? Coach Beard? New York Jets. Ted says, there it is. Do we get to apply the Jets to somebody else? Or do we just give it to the Jets and come back to the quote about the hot brown water? It would be kind of funny to give a label to some other team. And just
I'm thinking if you're going to label another team, you say the Giants.
Giants.
Yep.
Done. I think that's great. Yep.
Yeah, but they're kind of playing some good football as well.
Their coach is an idiot.
Yeah. Okay. This is a long one. There are 2 things you can't ever let the other team know. Because mark my words, you'll start having food deliveries and SWAT teams showing up 24/7, which is nuts. Because back in my day, we all had to worry about crank phone calls. With the advent of caller ID, that simple joy got 86 from the prank menu, which is a darn shame because the Jerky Boys were a national treasure. Y'all should give them a Google sometime. So what team is letting their playbook know week in and week out? Like, what team is just relying on one player and it's not working out for him?
I say you could go, man. The Panthers, because Christian McCaffrey's
that's pretty
out.
good. Yeah. Without him,
Yeah, that pretty much
does it. Without him, yeah, because it's happened twice now, back-to-back seasons.
And I was having a hard time trying to figure one out so far for the Panthers. I felt like they were going to fulfill in earlier.
All right. Our goal is to go out like Willie Nelson, on a high.
You could either go with Buccaneers on that one, or you could go with the Rams.
The Bills, maybe?
Oh, listen, I like where you're at here. I was going to, right away, I thought Buccaneers, but I like the Rams here because what Coach McVay said, we're one quarterback away.
Yeah.
And so the goal is they got their one quarterback, that's their goal. I actually like the Rams here a lot more. How many more teams we got?
Got 1, 2.
I gotta make sure I got
3,
enough quotes.
4, 5, 6,
9?
7. I got 7.
It's okay.
Nope, you're right. 9. You're
Okay,
right.
all
9.
right. Okay. That's the funny thing about coincidence. That's the funny thing about coincidences, ain't it? Sometimes they just happen. What just is kind of just falling into place.
The Bills. They are what everybody thought they were going to be, leading the division.
Who's leading the division? Just it'd be like.
Because all you got left is you got Bills, Broncos, Chargers. You go Chargers.
Yeah, that's.
Everybody kind of thought they were going to maybe possibly have a step
Yeah, but
back.
now with the first-year coach.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of it.
The Buccaneers here?
Yeah.
That's not a coincidence. That was a plan.
Yeah, so are the Bills.
I think it's the Chargers.
Yeah.
Because with the first-year coach, I don't know if anyone's like thinking that they're going to be that much better with their.
Nope, I'm good with that.
Now you can get into the Bills and Buccaneers here or whatever else, and you guys can, or you can come up with something else. Next quote. As the man once said, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
You got to go with Bills on that one.
I think so,
Okay.
too.
This might be, all right, I got one. Okay. I think you might be so sure that you're 1 in a million that sometimes you forget that out there, you're just 1 in 11.
The Saints.
Why?
Because Sean Payton, I feel like every year feels like he has a playoff winning team. He's pretty hyped up on all his teams every year. And, yeah, Winston is playing good, but he's still Jameis Winston. He'll still throw you 8 picks in one game. He'll still chuck the ball down the field and nobody be there. Michael Thomas has been non-existent this year.
Okay. And that you forget that there's 11 guys out there on offense, 11 guys on defense that have to do it, to have to come through with that. That's good. I was going to go with the Buccaneers here. Only because Tom Brady, but, I mean, they brought back all 22.
Right.
But I don't really, no one's ever going to accuse Tom Brady of not being a team player.
Yeah.
I think all those times he took different contracts or whatever else.
We go with the Eagles. All you're hearing is
What about the
Hurts.
Steelers a little bit too? You know, everybody's kind of harassing Big Ben about how he's playing, and you know, there's still the rest of the team out there that's got to perform.
I think Big Ben realized he's not 1 in a million by taking taking the pay cut. I think it was take the pay cut, or else you're not going to be in here much longer. No, I'm fine with the Saints. I'm fine with that. That he puts that too much into what he's going to do, and any team that he puts up there is just going to automatically. And I think we kind of automatically we hold him in high regard too when we talk about New Orleans and we talk about anything going on in the NFC South.
That's another one that was Sean Payton made by Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, that who did
It's a Belichick / Tom Brady / Peyton / Breeze.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a quick break and then we'll finish up our our Ted Lasso assignment here on ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
What's your car's monthly payment? There's a good chance that First Midwest Bank can lower it. Just like refinancing a mortgage, First Midwest Bank can refinance your auto loan too. That means lower payments, lower interest rates, and higher monthly savings. Plus, you can wait up to 60 days to make your first payment. Go to firstmidwest.com/auto-refi to apply and drive down your car payments today. Member FDIC, subject to credit approval, vehicle insurance required.
But we have a truck leaving with a big order on Tuesday.
Tina's floor manager retired, leaving her tortilla factory flat out.
What do you mean she's on a silent retreat?
She must fill the role and all those orders.
I oversee production.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike three.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
Sip and save at Circle K with our great new drink subscription. Join Sip and Save today and enjoy one drink a day every day for just $5.99 a month. Enjoy your favorite Circle K ice cold fountain drink, Froster, or freshly ground coffee every day. That's 30 drinks a month for only $5.99. So sip and save at Circle K. Sign up in store or at CircleK.com. Circle K, take it easy.
Over the past few years, people in the Quad Cities have been buying online more and more. Now, since the pandemic hit, online sales have absolutely skyrocketed. Having an online presence was important before, but now it's an outright necessity. But don't worry, MyLocalCustomers.com is here to help. All you need to do is go to MyLocalCustomers.com to receive a free competitive analysis to see what Town Square Media can do for you. We'll help you find more local customers online and help grow your business faster. Town Square offers premium website services that get you new leads every day, plus a dedicated marketing specialist who will work with you the whole time, so you don't have to mess with updating a website. It's fast and easy with no contracts, so you can cancel at any time. Be one of the first to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising on ESPN 1170 AM. As a business owner, you know how hard it is to get people to cross a bridge to get to your business. These days, they don't need to. Find your customers and keep your customers. Go to MyLocalCustomers.com.
Listen to every game on your sports leader. Download our app for our play-by-play schedule and never miss a thing from the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
I'm Chris Rose with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Colts took care of the Niners on Sunday Night Football 30-18. Jonathan Taylor ran for a $107 and a score to help Indy to their third win in their last 4 games. The Cardinals continued their undefeated season by besting Houston 31-5. Kyler Murray threw 3 more touchdowns, including a 47-yard score to Zach Ertz on National Tight End Day. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 scores in a 24-10 win over Washington. Next up, the Pack is a date with the unbeaten Cards this week on Thursday Night Football. The Bengals beat the Ravens in Baltimore. Joe Burrow hit Jamar Chase with an 82-yard score to help Cincy to the 41-17 win. And Tom Brady threw touchdown pass number 600 in the Bucs win over the Bears. Brady is the first player ever to accomplish that. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents. Picture this. Picture yourself at DQ on Thursday, October 28th for Miracle Treat Day. You roll up to order a Blizzard with your friends and family like you have so many times before. But on this day, every flavor comes with a much-needed dose of hope. For every Blizzard you buy at participating locations, $1 or more will be donated to your local Children's Miracle Network hospital, making Miracle Treat Day the most satisfying way to give hope to kids in your community. Thursday, October 28th at DQ.
Okay, my shipments have to get to customers on time and looking good.
It's possible with Staples Connect. Staples Connect has small business shipping covered with premium shipping supplies and UPS shipping services. And now, buy two, get one free on select shipping supplies like bubble roll and premium shipping boxes. Plus, get 20% off UPS Express shipping services. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 10/30. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
Okay, one more time. Okay, we're wrapping up here. ESPN 1170 AM, down to the last 10 minutes here, but we've been doing an assignment we were working on, and that was giving quotes from Ted Lasso to NFL teams so far for this season that's going on. And we've got, how many more?
6.
6 more to go. Okay. Here's a quote for you. And hopefully it works. Hopefully we'll all figure out. If not, we're going to have to move some things around until we get it to work for everybody, the 6 left. But out of the 6, hopefully we can get it to fit. Little tip for y'all. Fries are called chips. Chips are called crisps. And bangers aren't great songs, but they do make you feel like dancing because they're so darn tasty. So, when you're doing the analogy of this, we don't know what we got here out of this team because we're a little bit confused because we're used to what they are, but now we just kind of like them. We're not surprised. We're a little surprised by them.
Yeah, I think you could put the Eagles at this one. I was definitely surprised on how much success they've had this year.
They've won 2 games.
I got a better one for I think the Eagles coming up.
Is this Broncos maybe? Even though they're heading in the wrong direction?
Who else we got out there?
You got the Steelers.
Steelers, Texans, Buccaneers, football team.
Then it's the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
To me, because in the history of the Buccaneers, it's always like we've seen 1 Super Bowl in our entire lives. Before that, now 2, now last year, and everything else we've seen like Buccaneers, and now it's like, yeah, it's the Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
They're putting up some points. I mean, I don't want to just go out there and just do it just to sign one, but if we're going to, we're going to. And
yeah, I think we keep waiting for the perfect one for the Buccaneers.
Yeah. Okay. Sam was more open than a jar of peanut butter on my counter. Now, is that a situation where the team's very open about what their intentions are, what they're going to do, or is it a matter of like, and you can put this in an analogy of like their defense is so bad they leave receivers open, or their offense is so good that they have wide open receivers. Do you have any other analogy for this?
No.
Not really. I don't know if I like this quote in general.
Okay.
It's just
Well,
hard to...
Let's pass on because when we're getting down to the nitty-gritty in the last few, let's see if we can find one after that if there's like one open. All right,
Is that maybe how open the Texans have been with the Deshaun Watson
I was going to
case?
say the Texans because they're open with their locker room and what's going on in that
All right,
front
let's
office.
pencil it in for now. Boy, keep your eye on that Deshaun Watson thing, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If the internet has taught us anything, it's that sometimes it's easier to speak our minds anonymously. And now I've got your Philadelphia Eagles and their head coach.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, next Ted Lasso quote. If that's a joke, I love it. If not, can't wait to unpack that with you later. Is that a thing of like, I don't know what you're doing, but I can't wait to hear how you explain it to me. So is that, who does that work for the NFL? Like, whatever you're doing, but you got to explain it to me later.
I'd go I think the Steelers.
That's not bad because you don't know the direction they're going.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This next
It
year's
just
gonna be
doesn't
a
work. It
magic
doesn't work
show.
with the other 2 teams left either.
Okay. Give me the 2 teams left.
Broncos and football team.
Okay. Here's your first quote. Coach, I got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore, and that's just a team that's lost. All right? The next one is this. You beating yourself up is like Woody Allen playing the clarinet. I don't want to hear it. That is, stop talking down to yourself, pick yourself up, you're better than this type of thing.
I think that one goes to the Broncos.
I don't know. I feel like we're heading in the wrong direction with the Broncos. I feel like they kind of feel lost. I feel like the football team needs to kind of focus themselves up a little bit. Like, their defense was good last year.
I'm actually, okay, I think the Broncos are lost, and that's not a ageism joke because Vic Fangio. But I'm saying is that you beating yourself up is like Woody Allen playing the clarinet. I don't want to hear it about the Washington football team is also a thing of like, listen, we get it. You've gone through the Washington football team name. You had emails that started about you, and you're doing the Sean Taylor thing out of nowhere. Let's get focused on it. You're better than this. Let's focus on football.
Yep. Nope. I agree. That's a good one. That fits.
Well, I can't believe that we did this or whatever else.
All the way through.
Well, all right.
I think we get college credit for.
And honestly, I think we've kind of figured out something. Like, I feel like we kept saying Chiefs, and a lot of these quotes are about the Chiefs. And I feel
they
like
do fall a lot into
a lot of the Chiefs quotes. I mean, does that mean they're in the most trouble here?
Yeah. Well, the one Chief quote I was kind of nervous about the whole drinks deal and drinking issues in the locker room. So.
Oh, that did not even cross my mind until right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, I thought about this, and I was going to write it down, and I was like, I just know we have such good conversation, and we can do this, and I think there was a lot of fun to look at it, and if anything, it just creates conversation, and if more people are watching the show and they get enjoyment out of it, then that's even better, too. But not every time do you have to break down the X's and O's of every football game that happened. Enough people have done that before 12 o'clock today, then that we don't need to do it. So
yeah, we want the psychological.
So who's giving me their Apple ID TV?
I'll give it to you. Yeah. I'll make sure you have it.
Shoot
or whatever
me that
else.
text.
Yeah, I'll make sure you have it so that you can do that. I have no problem sharing that.
So
stuff.
before we leave here, how was your trip, Adrian?
Oh yeah.
The trip was great.
How was the Six Flags?
I during that Illinois game, I was probably standing in line for the Joker. But
what are you getting at there?
It was quite a day. A lot of good rides. It got cold at night, but we kind of expected that, so we planned for it. The monsters scaring people was pretty cool to watch. Them yelling at a lot of the kids, and I tried to get them to scare my old lady a little bit. And
so is this some random guy running around scaring people?
There was a bunch of people in costumes, clown costumes, carrying like baseball bats. Actually, it looked like a lot of fun. I kind of wanted to do it myself. I wanted to hop in character and do some stuff like that. No, the rides are great. Like I told you guys earlier, I don't know if I questioned my sanity a little bit, but that last ride we went on was called the Joker, and it kept breaking down while we're standing in line. And honestly, we kept getting closer because of it, but we just kept looking at it like, hey, why does this keep happening? It's like,
but we are getting closer.
Yes.
I had the same situation at Disney World with Space Mountain, and it was shut down like all day long, and it was like getting closer to the end of the night, and I was like, let's go on Space Mountain. And my wife was like, no. And I was like, it's open. She's like, it's been shut down all day. But I was like, it's Space Mountain. She's like, I don't care. And I was like, oh, that's really smart.
I'm standing in line, even trying to say extra things to get people to go out of line. I'm like, I heard this is really unsafe. I heard this isn't a good idea.
Did you hear bolts are falling off?
Look at those people are almost stuck up there. What's going on?
Anyone else get that notification about the Joker? That's weird that they're sending notification now. Let's see. Let's see what this is. ESPN 1170 AM. You got a minute.
Well, hi, this is Kalita. I'm calling from Nielsen. Is this a business?
Yeah.
Is this 653-391-3776?
It is.
Oh, thank you so much. You have a good day.
Yep. Wait, are we a business?
Is that easier to you? I mean, that's quite a voice change.
That's Kalita from. It said like Spam 7 Nielsen. So the Nielsen ratings, are they checking on us or whatever else? Did we break the internet or something?
Might have. Hot takes.
We did not have the hot mic.
You should have asked her if she liked Ted Lasso.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Ted
Lasso? Since we got you here.
Call her back.
Since we got you here, what's your take on Ted Lasso? No, so it was a good time. So that's they do that every year.
Yeah, they do that every year from I think the beginning of September till the end of October. Yeah, it was a great time. Yeah, I couldn't complain about anything. The park was over capacity, though, so I think I'm going to go try to catch it in the middle of the week, maybe next year right away. But they closed down. They only do the weekends at the end of the year. So
could you have got a fast pass or anything like that?
So that was the thing. We were going to get a fast pass, and we were all about it. We just thought we could get one on our phones. Well, it kind of the phones were non-existent pretty much, I think, for almost everybody in there. And so it was tough. I think we'll definitely do that earlier next year. We still hit plenty of rides and had a great time. I can't complain about the weekend at all.
All right, fun day today.
Except for the Eagles.
It's a fun day today, guys. Thanks for playing along with me there. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves, Quad City. Stay safe and sanitized. Good luck today and every day. We will see you soon.